यो कार्यक्रम ग्रीन तारा नेपाल, फेडो नेपाल र रिड नेपालबाट संयुक्त रूपमा सञ्चालित स्ट्रङ गर्ल्स प्रोजेक्टको एक अंश हो। यस करोडा जर्मनी तथा जर्मन सरकार BMZ को आर्थिक सहयोग रहेको छ। स्टे होम, स्टे सेफ।
Namaste to everyone. Welcome back to our virtual class. My name is Srijana Paudel. As a social teacher from Kalika Manavgyan Secondary School. Now, student, today let's talk about our previous chapter that is remaining to complete. Okay, the chapter is transport. In our previous class, we discussed something about transport. Okay, first of all, I would like to remind you all the students what we discussed in our previous class. Okay, first of all, we discussed in our previous class about the introduction of transport. And then after, we also discussed importance. That we already discussed in our previous class. Introduction of transport and then importance of transport. And also I told you, all the students, you might have remembered what exactly development means, okay, and then transport as an infrastructure of development. What do you mean by infrastructure of development? That we already discussed in our previous class. Now today, we are going to complete this chapter, transport, and you know what, student? Please remember that transport and communication, which is not as a separate lesson in your book, in your CDC book, I already told you I am going to relate this transport and communication. Communication we will discuss about it. I am going to relate transport as an infrastructure of development by relating this chapter with lesson 6, the development activities of the district, as we discussed about the development activities of Okhaldunga district. सम्झनु भयो त विद्यार्थी भाइ बहिनीहरु? मैले यो ट्रान्सपोर्ट र कम्युनिकेसनलाई त्यो लेसनसँग रिलेट गरेर भाइ बहिनीहरुलाई बताउन गइरहेको छु. We are going to discuss about the infrastructure of development, transport. Now in today's class, let's talk about the modes of transportation. Modes of transportation. विद्यार्थी भाइ बहिनीहरुले सम्झनु भएको छ होला what we discussed in previous class. First of all, introduction. Okay, the movement of goods, people, signals, information from one place to another place is called transportation. And as well as we also discuss about the importance of transportation, how it is necessary, okay, to run our daily life and to bring change in the nation and as well as in the human being or every individual. Okay, and then after, let's talk about the modes of transportation. Okay, among them, we already discussed about the roadway transportation that we already discussed in our previous class. Modes of transportation. Look at here, everyone. Modes of transportation. First of all, first one is roadway transport. Then after, airway transport. And then next one, railway transport. For number, ropeway transport. And lastly, we will also discuss waterway transport. Student, it is necessary, it is important to know the role of transportation for the development of a nation. It is prime important that we need to know what sorts of modes of transportation are there, especially in our country. Okay, the first one is which is more important, roadway transport, and then after airway transport, railway transport, ropeway transport, and then lastly waterway transport. All these things we will discuss within this class. We will discuss about the roadway. Roadway we already discussed. Okay, I would like to remind you, student, there are many different highways. Okay, हजुरहरुलाई मैले देखाइसकेको छु previous lesson मा. Okay, there are many different important highways are there in our country, like for example Mahindra highway, okay, which is also known as the east west highway, and then Araniko highway. There are different highways, and also not only major importance highways, but also there are different local roads which links different places of the country that facilitate, okay, different people, those who are living in different place. With the help of transport, we can easily run our daily life, and the important role of transportation or transport is to bring changes in the nation. Okay, and also I mentioned in previous class there are mainly three categorization of roads in our country, three types of road. Okay, one is blacktop road, another one is gravel road, and then after another one lastly which is earthen road. There are mainly three types of road, and in today's class we are going to start from airway transport. Okay, airway transport. Student, this is one of the secondly most important transport in Nepal. Okay, airway transportation, which is the most important transportation in the remote part of our country. It become more important or more essential those who are living in remote area of our country. As we know that our country, which is mountainous country, okay, there is the construction of road which is not suitable for every places. So the people, those who are living in remote area, they are getting different facilities, and you know, due to just because of the development of airway transportation in our country, it helps to link such remote parts of the nation with the major cities of the country. Do you understand? It helps to link remote part of the country or remote part of the nation with the major cities of the country. Remote पार्टहरुलाई मेजर सिटीजहरुसँग लिंक गराउने काम केले गरेको छ त एयरवे ट्रान्सपोर्टेसनले गरेको छ. It is one of the most comfortable and fast means of transportation. Okay, it is one of the most important, fast, and then comfortable means of transportation. And however, okay, it has many facilities, it has more important in everything that have different positive and negative aspect. Likewise, however, in airway transportation there are many difficulties and problems in the context of our country. अब के समस्याहरु रहेछन् त हैन, यसका धेरै महत्वहरु हुँदा हुँदै पनि है, there are many difficulties and problems in airway transport in the context of our country. Okay, some of the major ones are केही प्रमुख समस्याहरू के रहेछन् त भन्दा के रहेछन् त प्रमुख समस्याहरू इमेजिन गर्नुस् त हजुरहरूले पनि as we know our country which is mountainous country. Okay, we are discussing about airway transport. Our country is mountainous country due to high hills. It is not good. Okay, there are many problems like problems of high hills, poor visibility, foggy weather, and then moreover it is more expensive. त्यसको साथसाथै अझ त के हो त यो के छ अरु ट्रान्सपोर्टेसनको तुलनामा it is more expensive and as well as lack of communication service. These are some of the problems in airway transportation. And nevertheless, there are many difficulties, problems in airway transportation. The government has made different plans and policies for better development of airway transport in Nepal. Do you know, student? There is one and only at present. If we talk about the present situation of our country, there is one and only international transportation. Okay, which is one and only international transportation, Tribhuvan. Okay, Tribhuvan International Airway Transport, and likewise there are many additionally government has made different plan and policies for the development of airway services in our country, like the present do you know about Bhairava Airport? The present airport Bhairava Airport, which is also going to get Bhairava Airport, which is going to Bhairava is going to get the status of Gautam Buddha International Airport. Near future. Okay, this is what the present airport, Bhairava Airport, which is going to get the status of Gautam Buddha International Airport near future. जुन चाहिँ भइसकेको छैन तर त्यसको काम के भइरहेको छ, जारी रहिरहेको छ है. It is the Bhairava Airport which is going to get the status of Gautam Buddha International Airport. And not only this, the government has made different various plans, policies, provisions for better development of air transport in Nepal. Likewise, our government which has make plan and policies to establish different international airport in different 7 provinces. Okay, so long. नियर आउँदो भविष्यमा सरकारको विभिन्न योजनाहरू हैन प्रोभिजन्सहरू के छ त भन्दा प्रत्येक प्रोभिन्समा एउटा इन्टरनेसनल एयरपोर्ट बनाउने हैन भन्ने यस्ता विभिन्न प्लान र पोलिसिजहरूले गभर्नमेन्टले पनि ल्याएको छ यु नो स्टुडेन्ट if you talk about the status of airway transportation in Nepal, you can at once look it on slide everyone, look it on screen. Let's talk about airway transport, something I already told you. An air service is very fast and comfortable means of transportation. A mountainous country can achieve more benefit from air service. The air service in our country was started in 2007 BS. From when the air service which was started in our country from 2007 BS, and the Nepal Airlines Corporation NAC was established in 2014 BS. And the air transportation system has been rapidly developing with its establishment, and the NAC planes fly to different places in the country and abroad like Japan, India, Bangladesh, China, etc. And you can see some of the airlines, the major airlines in Nepal. Look at on screen everyone. एकचोटि पढ्नुस् त सबैले के airlinesहरू रहेछन् त, some major है, not all. Some major airlines in Nepal are Tara Air, Agni Air, Buddha Air, Makalu Air, Nepal Airlines, okay, Shaurya Air, Yati Airlines, Sri Airlines, etc. Likewise, यो त के भयो त, it's all about the airway transport. And then some major airlines in Nepal. Let's talk about, or let's look at on another, the situation of airway transport in Nepal. Look at on next screen everyone. Situation of air transport in Nepal. Let's look at सबैले हेर्नुस् त particulars, total airports, how many total airports are there in our country? Numbers 54, domestic airports 54, international airports 1, Tribhuvan International Airport which is in Kathmandu, the capital city of our country. मैले भनिसकेँ नि भाइ बहिनीहरूलाई अहिले हाललाई एउटा मात्रै के छ त इन्टरनेसनल एयरपोर्ट छ which and then but near future, okay, but near future this is a second international airport of our country, the recent or the present Bhairava airport, which is going to get the status of international airport as Gautam Buddha International Airport. And another one, regional hub airports for Biratnagar. Such airports are in Biratnagar, Pokhara, Nepalganj and Dhangadi as well. And all climate airports, how many all climate airports are there in Nepal? There are altogether 25 all climate airports, and likewise seasonal airports 23 and domestic airlines 17. This is all about the situation of air transport in Nepal. Now let's talk about another modes of transport. Look it on whiteboard everyone. This is all about air transport in Nepal. Now let's talk about another modes of transportation. Railway transport. Let's talk about railway transport. Right? Next modes of transportation, which is railway transport. You know, there is railway transport in Nepal, but it is not well managed and not well developed in our country. You know, railway transport which need a flat and plain land. As we know, our country, which is mountainous country, there are different topographical features of our country. So, there is the facility of a railway transportation only in some of the Tarai region of our country. तराई भेका केही ठाउँमा मात्रै त्यही पनि खासै राम्रोसँग विकास हुन सकेको छैन. And for the establishment of such different railway station or railway transport in our country, it need more investment. Okay, as our country, which is not economically developed country, it is not easily possible. It is not easily possible to develop railway transport in our country. However, nevertheless, okay, the government which has there is only one railway transportation which is in operation, which is Janakpur to Jayanagar. This is only one railway transportation which is in operation, जुन चाहिँ चलिरहेको छ. But now at present it is in the extension, okay, from Janakpur to Jayanagar or to Bardibas. Okay, बर्दिवाससँग सम्म फेरि यसलाई एक्सटेन्सन गर्न लागिरहेको छ, बढाउन थालिएको छ. यसको दूरी जुन चाहिँ महोत्तरी जिल्लामा पर्छ है, महोत्तरी जिल्लाको बर्दिवाससम्म यसको एक्सटेन्सन गर्ने काम चाहिँ अहिले भइरहेको छ अहिलेको प्रेजेन्ट समयमा. बट द वान एन्ड ओन्ली railway transportation Janakpur Jayanagar, which is in operation at present. As I already mentioned you, okay, the development of railway transportation which is not so easily possible in the context of our country, because our country, which is mountainous country, and it need for the establishment of railway transport, it need flat and plain land as well. Okay. Nevertheless, the government of Nepal, okay, has made different plan and policies for the development of railway transportation, and as well as in addition to this, airway, roadway and other means of transportation. You know, student, the 15th, the government has included different plans, policies, provision under this plan, like 15th 5-year plan. 5-year plan from 2077 to 2081. Okay, this नेपाल सरकारले 15औं पञ्चवर्षीय योजनामा विभिन्न plan, policies or provisions include गरेको छ. There are various plans, policies, provisions are included in this plan for the better development of railway networks, and as well as in addition to other means of transportation, not only railway but other means of transportation. You know, for the development of railway transportation in Nepal, the government has established one railway department, okay, which helps for smooth and wide development of railway networks in Nepal. सरकारले आफ्नो भावी योजनामा यस्ता थुप्रै प्लान, पोलिसिज र प्रोभिजनहरू लिएर आएको छ, जसले रेलवे नेटवर्कको साथसाथै अरू मिन्स अफ ट्रान्सपोर्टेसनलाई कसरी लैजाने, कसरी विकास गर्ने, यस्ता सबै कुराहरू ल्याएको छ. केही कामहरू भइरहेका छन् है, केही कामहरू भावी योजनामा पुरा गर्ने लक्ष्यसहित विभिन्न प्लान र पोलिसिजहरू ल्याएको छ. You know, student, government has already government has kept made different plan and policies, different projects in Tarai region, like Mechikali electric train, and then after Kathmandu metro train. These are some of the what? The provisions. Those are going to be developed in near future. Imagine, student, imagine that. Let's imagine if we get such facilities. Okay, how? Imagine that. Let's imagine how does a person feel when he or she or person from Biratnagar or from Dhangadi or from far from Biratnagar, Dhangadi, they go to or comes to Kathmandu in the morning by using bullet train, and again they return back home in the evening. Isn't it amazing? यो एउटा अमेजिङ कुरा होइन त? यति टाढाबाट if we get such facilities in near future, we can easily meet our destination. हामी काठमाडौँ द क्यापिटल सिटीमै गए काम गरेर बिहान काम गर्न जाने र साँझ घर आफ्नै घरमा फर्किने by using such bullet train. Isn't it amazing? Yes, of course it is amazing for us. If it is only after the completion of such plan and policies in near future. यदि भविष्यमा यो कामहरू पुरा भयो भने हामीले from or through such means of transportation we will get more facilities. Okay, please student, you can look it on slide at once. Let's talk about railway transport. Okay, some of the things that I already mentioned you, okay, I already told you, and there is railway services in our country, but it is not well developed and managed. राम्रोसँग डेभलप हुन सकेको छैन, राम्रो यसको म्यानेज हुन सकेको छैन. The only one railway service in Nepal is the Jaipur-Jayanagar railway that operates for 53 km. Generally, plain land it is essential for railway services, and it also needs a very huge economic investment. Yes, of course. Okay, the railway services which need more economic investment, which is not easily possible in the context of our country. Nevertheless, various plans have been developed to promote railway service in Nepal, and there is one railway department in Nepal. The government has established the Department of Railways for the wide and smooth development of railways networks. हेर्नुस् त भाइ बहिनीहरुले रेलवे स्टेशनको पिक्चर पनि देख्न सक्नुहुनेछ. Okay, this is all about railway transport. Now let's talk about another modes of transport, which is, look it on whiteboard everyone. बुझ्नु भएको छ होला भाइ बहिनीहरुले केही कामहरु it is necessary before knowing about the role of transportation for the development of a nation, for the change, to bring improvements in nation and as well as in every individual's aspect. It is prime important that we need to know the situation of modes of transportation in our country. हामीलाई के थाहा हुनु जरुरी छ त के कस्ता मोड्स अफ ट्रान्सपोर्टेसनहरु छन्, कसरी यसका विकासका कार्यहरु अघि बढिरहेका छन्. It is prime important, it is necessary to know. That is why I am focusing you about the different subject matter that is related with transport. हैन, छुट्टै च्याप्टर नभए तापनि मैले तिमीहरुलाई के फोकस गरिरहेको छु भने it is more important. हामीलाई के जरुरी छ त, we need to know what exactly transport means, why it is taken as the main infrastructure of development that bring changes, social economic change in the country, and as well as which helps to add what quality of life. Let's talk about हामी कहाँ थियौ त विद्यार्थी भाइ बहिनीहरु. Another, recently we discussed about railway. Now let's talk about ropeway transport. Ropeway transport. Ropeway transport, the transportation which is operated through electric cable, which is known as ropeway transport. If we talk about the ropeway transport, those people who are from mountainous place, they will be greatly facilitated by ropeway transport. जहाँ चाहिँ माउन्टेन र हिल्ली एरियाका मानिसहरूलाई हैन यसले धेरै फ्यासिलिटिजहरू प्रोभाइड गरेको छ. इट अल्सो हेल्प्स टु इन्करेज अ डिफ्रेन्ट डोमेस्टिक एन्ड इन्टरनेसनल टुरिज्म. भाइ बहिनीहरूलाई थाहा छ होला नि, हजुरहरू जस्तो मनोकामना केबल कारमा जानुभयो होला, मनोकामना जानुभयो होला. पहिला पहिला के गर्नुहुन्थ्यो, हजुरहरूको प्यारेन्ट्सहरू हिँड्दै हिँड्दै जानुहुन्थ्यो वहाँ टाढा होइन, टु नो द कल्चरल एक्टिभिटिज, द रिलिजियस हेरिटेज अफ आवर कन्ट्री. बट नाउ इट इज very easy, okay, it is very easy to meet such religious and cultural heritage of our country. And हजुरहरू पनि आफै पनि जानुभएको छ होला है, पहिला त्यति लामो समयसम्म हिँड्दै जानु पर्थ्यो भने अहिले कति सजिलै हामी with the help of such means of transportation like rope-way transport, it make our life so easier. And it also helps to change the cultural activities. And it also helps to promote tourism industry. As I mentioned you, what exactly rope-way transportation? Rope-way transportation, which means the transportation which operated through electric cable, it's called rope-way transportation. You know, it is in comparison to other means or other modes of transportation like airway, roadway, okay. But to establish such rope-way transportation which is more easier in comparison to other modes of transportation, we can थोरै यो अरू मोड्स अफ ट्रान्सपोर्टेसन भन्दा यो ट्रान्सपोर्टेसनलाई थोरै लगानीमा पनि है उनीहरू त्यो कम्प्यारिजनमा है इन कम्प्यारिजन टु अदर मोड्स अफ ट्रान्सपोर्टेसन इट इज मोर इजियर. Look it on slide everyone, screen. Let's talk about the ropeway transport. Ropeways are gondola means hanging, झुन्डिएको जस्तो है transportation system, and they are very useful in mountainous country like Nepal. नेपाल जस्तो पहाडले घेरिएको राष्ट्रलाई त यो एकदमै उपयुक्त means of transportation, and they can be installed with a small amount of money compared to other modes of transportation. The first ropeway completed in 1927 AD was about 22.4 km long from Darsing to Mata Tirtha, and to Teku, which was closed in 1964 AD. The Kathmandu to Hetauda was started in 2021 BS. It covered a length of 42 km. Now this is not in operation. यी विभिन्न रोपवे ट्रान्सपोर्टेसनहरू खुले एकछिन खुलेर फेरि बन्द भए. all these ropeway transportation, all these are not in operation at present. अहिले चाहिँ यिनीहरू चलेका छैनन्. But the Kurinta to Mankamana service is in operation. Kurinta to Mankamana service is in operation, and it covers a distance of 3.1 km. अहिले चाहिँ केबल कार कहाँको खुला छ त भन्दा कुरिन्टा टु मनकामना. भाइ बहिनीहरू पनि त्यहाँ जानुभयो होला. And it covers a distance of 3.1 km. It is operated by private sector. Likewise, another ropeway transport, which is the Chandragiri Hills Private Limited, which has also started cable car services in Nepal in 2073 BS by using 35 cable cars. Okay, all these two ropeway transport are in operation. यी दुईटा ropeway transport चाहिँ अहिले के छन् त चलिरहेका छन्. This is all about the ropeway transport. Now let's talk about the last waterway transport. Waterway or water transport. Lastly, let's talk about The last one, water transport. You know, student, as we know that our country, which is richest or which is rich in natural resources, rich in river, rich in water after Brazil. But the water transportation which is not available or not reliable in our country due to the condition of river. हाम्रो देशमा रहेका रिभरहरू यस्तो ट्रान्सपोर्ट हैन यातायातको लागि खासै उपयुक्त छैनन् किनकि उनीहरू त्यो रिभरहरू के छ त भन्दा एकदमै स्लोपी टाइपको हैन तलदेखि माथि आएको स्लोपी टाइपको स्टेपी टाइपको भएको कारणले इट इज नट रिलायबल फर वाटर ट्रान्सपोर्ट एन्ड as we already know our country which is mountainous country and as well as landlocked country, inland country, it is surrounded by land from all four sides. Our country which is deprived of seaport, sea harbor जस्तो अरु ट्रान्सपोर्टेसन को लागि सुन है हाम्रो देश नेपाल जलस्रोतमा धनी भए तापनि त्यस्तो खासै राम्रो ट्रेड को लागि इन्टरनेशनल ट्रेड को लागि इन्टरनेशनल ट्राभल को लागि चाहिँ हामीले यसबाट विभिन्न कुराहरुमा वञ्चित हुनु परेको छ ड्यू टु ल्याक अफ वाटर एन्ड वी हैव नो एक्सेस टु सी लेभल एन्ड ओशन्स आवर कन्ट्री व्हिच इज ल्यान्डलक कन्ट्री बट देयर आर डिफरेंट रिभर्स लेक्स okay for rafting boating okay etc for tourism which is more important more reliable for tourism sector rather than trade को भन्दा पनि व्यापारमा भन्दा पनि व्यापार इन्टरनेशनल ट्रेडमा भन्दा पनि के छ त यो त भन्दा टुरिज्म सेक्टरको लागि बढी महत्त्वपूर्ण छ वाटर ट्रान्सपोर्ट लेट्स लुक इट अन स्क्रिन एभ्रीवन and you will know about the water transport. Okay, I'm going to first of all show you the picture of picture of ropeway transport. At first, look at everyone. Picture of ropeway transport. The first one, which is related with Mankamana, Kurinta to Mankamana, and then another one is Chandragiri Hills Private Limited. Okay, this is all about the picture of ropeway transport. Now let's talk about the waterway transport. Look at another screen. Waterway transport. The transport which is operated through river, sea and ocean is basically called waterway transport. Nepal is rich in river but has no reliable water transport. We have no access to oceans and seas, as I already mentioned you. Yes, of course, we have no access to sea and oceans. To, you know, student, to do international trade, we need to rely on our neighboring country. We need to use the land of our neighboring country, which is so expensive for us. There are some lakes, but there are some lakes like Feva, Rupa, Begnas, but are mainly used for tourism rather than trade. यो चाहिँ के को लागि युज हुन्छन् त mainly used for tourism, टुरिस्टहरुलाई हैन national international tourism which is more used for tourism rather than trade. And we do not have our own seaport, an own harbor, okay, like other means of transportation. They have their own station like railway station, okay, and roadway station. Likewise, we do not have our own seaport. So, because of the lack of the seaport, our country has suffered in its economic growth. Yes, of course, because of the lack of our own seaport, we have to rely on our neighboring country. We have to use their land for international trade, which is more expensive for our nation. हामीले अरु राष्ट्रको के गर्नुपर्छ जमिनलाई प्रयोग गर्नुपर्छ यदि हामीलाई सीपोर्ट युज गर्नु पर्यो भने पनि उनीहरुको जमिनमा युज गरेर मात्रै हामीले इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड चाहिँ सञ्चालन गर्न सक्छ which is more expensive जुन चाहिँ के हुन्छ एकदमै महँगो हुन्छ राम्रो रिलेशनशिप कायम गर्नुपर्छ हैन त्यसका धेरै समस्याहरु आउन सक्छन् and Nepal uses seaport Kolkata of India हैन and however Trishuli, Botekosi and Kaligandagi are useful for rafting and these such rivers are useful for rafting. Look at the picture also, you can आफूले हजुरहरूले हेर्न सक्नुहुन्छ पिक्चर पनि ओके दिस इज अल अबाउट वाटर ट्रान्सपोर्ट यो सबै के भयो त वाटर ट्रान्सपोर्टको बारेमा भयो अब हामीले आजको क्लासमा के पढ्यौँ त भन्दा के सिक्यौँ के जान्यौँ के छलफल गऱ्यौँ त भन्दा मोड्स अफ ट्रान्सपोर्टेसन होइन यद्यपि हामी वी हेभ नो एक्सेस टु सी लेभल ओसन वी निड टु युटिलाइज सच रिलायबल resources of our country for the better development of water transport in Nepal. Okay, student, I would like to summarize what we discussed today. What we discussed about the different modes of transportation, which is one roadway transportation that we already discussed, then after airway, and then after railway, ropeway and waterway transportation. At last, I would like to give you one home assignment. In next class, we will discuss about another infrastructure of development, communication. Please note down your homework, everyone. Explain the role of transportation for the development of a nation. Note down everyone, this is your homework. Okay, this much for today. Student, please note down, explain the role of transportation for the development of a nation. Transportation ले कस्तो भूमिका खेलेको रहेछ त देशको विकासको लागि न Okay, this much for today. In next class we will come with new chapter or new topic which is communication. Okay, namaste, thank you.